Hello, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Today is February 8th, and today is going to be a really important conversation. So listen up, okay? We want to talk to you about, today we're going to talk to you about it's called the most important, I can't even talk, I'm so tired. It is called the Key Performance Indicator, the KPI. And what is that? What is key performance indicator? And it's called the core rank, right? So doTERRA, with any and every network marketing business, when you're talking about running a business, like when we had our print shop, every month we had to go through and figure out what our performance ratings were, our sales were, our inventory was. We go through and we take note of what everything is and what our goals to be able to break even in our business, all right? And so when we're talking about our core rank within doTERRA, what is that rank that's actually going to be launching your new leaders to be feeling like they're very uh, accepted or they can do this, that there's something that's a value of doing a network marketing company. And I just want to say that, it's really important to be able to get to the place of where you're actually doing the duplication process. And it's all about duplication. This business is all about duplication. And what does duplication mean? It means having a bunch of you, right? It means having a bunch of people who are running with you, doing the business and growing and having classes. And then if you have one person you enrolled and that one person has 200 people, remember that conversation? And that 200 people, maybe they have 10 people that enroll. And then out of the 10 people, maybe there's one person that wants to do the business, right? And so when you're actually having a class of 10 people show up, 10 people enroll, they all have 200 people. And you may not know who those people are, but you can do the class, and there's this way of getting to your core rank as quickly as possible. And there's a lot of value in having your brand new enrollee get there right away because one is they have a lot of inspiration and excitement around the essential oils, right? You want to get them using the products right away and having an experience right away, okay? And so I'm going to go through my notes here just so I make sure I don't miss anything, but um, core rank definition is going to be four different things I want to go through. Right? What defines a core rank, right? One, this core rank is something that somebody can get to in 30 to 60 days, okay? So you want it to be simple. You want it to be something that is going to make these people feel like they're winning right away and that they get acknowledged for this right away. And when the teams are growing fast, it's really important that this acknowledgement happens. And I know that we haven't been so good at it because there's so many things going on. And that's really your job too as your leader. As you have your new enrollments come in, you're helping them get some kudos, right? Um, but you want to be able to get them to this key position in 30 to 60 days. It's going to be a reasonable effort. Like it's going to be sort of easy, right? There has to be structure to it. So number two is there has to be structure. And structure meaning simplicity, like something that they can actually manage. Because there's not actually any cells. I mean, when you talk about some of the younger or earlier ranks like manager, consultant, sometimes somebody can get to that rank very quickly in just one class if they had 5 or 6 enrollments, right? Because you can get to that sales of 500 for manager very quickly. So it has to be a little bit more involved in this rank to be able to have structure, that you had to actually do some more skin in the game to get there. And maybe have some more recruitments, right, than just a class. The second or the third thing is you have the person qualifies at a level could earn around $300 to $500. So it could be around earning, sorry about my handwriting here, you guys, $300 to $500. Okay. And what's really cool about this is that when they can see that they can earn a paycheck right away, that is just something that's pretty interesting, right? And with doTERRA, we have a program called the Fast Start Bonus, and that's a 60-day run. And that's where you get actually a bigger bonus percentage of 20% on those commissions when they sell something. So this is really a key indicator for this core rank goal reaching. Okay. And then you want to um, use this core rank will help you with the other ranks build to the top. Now, when I've gone through and done research about doTERRA, it seems to me that 3,000 OV or elite is our core rank. And we've been teaching that, right? Because that's where the structure of you need 3 elites to be able to get to gold. You need, all these different ranks, right? To be able to have that happen. But I want to challenge you with something. We are saying that elite at 3,000 OV for elite, if you were to get that in 1 month, that would be 10, excuse me, I have this figured out, 10 people at 300 PV, 20 people, I have this all written out here, 10 people at 200, yeah. Now, if you had, or if you did 20 people at 150, that's what I meant to say, 20 people at 150, that's like 2 or 3 classes. It could be 1 class if you had a lot of people show up, right? But if you had 10 people show up and they all ordered 150 PV, or if you had other people showing up ordering 200 PV, would be 18, 20, 25 people. That's pretty cool, and that's like really worth celebrating. But I would love for you to look at and consider that maybe if we were to look at the executive, do you guys remember what it takes to get to executive? It's 2,000 PV. If you were to take a look at getting your ranks, your downline at 2,000 PV, then if you had that, then you can become premier. If you had 2 legs, do 2,000, you're premier. If you have 3 legs at elite, then you're silver, right? And so being able to go through and actually get to these different ranks and stuff like that, this one here might be really the magic ticket, because 2,000 PV, then you would only need 20 people, or see, 10 people ordering 100. Let's see if I was ordering 200. I have this all written out, but 10 people at 200 PV, that's only 10 enrollments. And that is something that's really doable in a week. You can have 2 classes in a week. And that is a real win-win for you. And that's why we say that you can actually, when you're having this duplication process with the core rank, you can actually get to executive very quickly. And then there's a lot of excitement. And it's going to be really important to be able to celebrate that with people, okay? Now, when we're doing this thing, I have this little thing I want to write on here. And we're going to say, you want to get to core rank. And then once you get somebody to a core rank, then you're going to celebrate. Okay. And then once you celebrate, you're going to have an event. And guess what we have coming to you guys? We have an event coming to you guys right now. Like, right? We're going to be there next month. Wouldn't that be amazing if you had, oh my gosh, so many people rank to executive? And how many people do you think you can get to rank to elite? That would be just very powerful, very impactful. And so we're going to do a lot of recognition here at this event. And I think that's going to be something really exciting, and it's going to create a lot of momentum. So if you can actually have your downline, like we were talking about in our meeting on Monday, to be able to see and start to go through and plan, see what needs to get done. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off so I can start over with something else here. I want to explain to you guys that when you get to that core rank, of course, it just doesn't stop there, but how can you help your downline plan to get there? How can you help? Now, if you're not to core rank yet, that's okay. How do you actually help yourself as well as your downline get to the core rank? Well, any ideas? So you actually would like to do a roadmap. We have a roadmap. And we've been teaching this roadmap with everybody, and especially in the India market, we've been teaching this roadmap every Monday, taking little parts of it. And maybe it made it a little too complicated. So what I would like to do is introduce to you guys, if you're not familiar with this, is the build guide. doTERRA came out with this beautiful business build guide. And this is a free PDF you can download. You can also purchase it for $10 on the doTERRA website, but it's a beautiful 110-page document that you go through page by page very simply to be able to look. It says launch new builders, and this is a roadmap, but I'm going to simplify this and make a one-page roadmap of what you want to do to be able to onboard new leaders. And when we're looking at wanting to start to help our downline get to rank, the game plan is that we've been talking about in the 90-day run a lot of different techniques and things that you can do to help people start and launch their business. And the first one of this roadmap is we talk about reaching out to the hot market, right? And that would be like calling your mom and saying, hey, mom, I know you don't want to do this business. I know you don't care about this business, but it would mean the world to me if you would just buy one thing for me. I don't want you to join the company. I don't want you to do all this stuff, but I need your support. And it would mean the world to me. It really helped me with my confidence. And we're having an event come up. It would mean the world to me if you can come to this event and understand what the excitement is and what we're so excited about, right? So this is the hot market. So this would be for onboarding new people, the first step, and that would include maybe 100 names list. And there's something that always bothered me about this 100 names list, because I've got neighbors, friends from my old business, I got customers from my old business, I've got networking groups like the Chamber of Commerce and BNI and different groups like that. I've got my workout place. I've got all these different pockets of places that I know people, and I'm sure you do too. And so does your downline. And so, how do you separate out this names list? Well, you can go through and do list number one is your hot, like your friends and family, like the really hot people where you know that you can call and say, I can count on you for your support. And you're going to want to teach them how to introduce the prospects to me. So for example, you have a new downline, you're going to teach them to introduce those prospects to you and do a three-way call. So you can have her or him learn how you approach and work with the new enrollee. That's what I am doing with you guys. So when you have a brand new and you have a person that you want to bring on, sure, let me know. Say you're talking to somebody, you'd love to bring them on camera. Sometimes all it takes is just a little bit of a certainty of meeting me or meeting another person just to know that this is the real deal. Another list would be people that would really benefit from natural solutions, people who maybe have some health issues or love natural health solutions that are really involved with Ayurvedic medicines. And this might be just the cat's meow for them. This might be something that would just be really incredible for them. And that they can afford it, right? So you have your hot market, then you have your people who have natural solutions, and then you have, and of course that they can afford it. Okay, and then you have a third list. This is list number one, and then this is list number two, and then this is list number three. List number three is people who are actually looking for a business opportunity. Seriously, maybe you know somebody who's lost their job. Maybe you know somebody who is really a good salesperson, but is really not working right now because of the pandemic or something. So looking for opportunity. Okay, so these are really valuable lists to be able to help your new person get started on a roadmap, on sitting down, going through their Facebook page, going through their WhatsApp list, going through their other social medias, your phone list. I mean, there's people all over that you can find to teach them to do that, right? And then, so this is part of number two. It's called the roadmap. It's called the game plan. Okay, So what is the game plan? So we're making a roadmap, what to do, and then what's the game plan? So you're going to want to think about all the things you need for the game plan, like how you're going to get this done, right? And so what I would suggest is you're going to want to get a class together, right? And then the next thing I would suggest is you're going to want to have your sizzle video. Now, the sizzle video could be yours, it could be doTERRA's, and we have them for doTERRA. We have all those, and I don't know, many of you may have seen my marketing page where I put all those videos on a landing page, so it's very easy for people to actually watch them, and I could just send them one link and it's all right there. And you're going to want to be a student of what really works. Like everybody says, "Oh, my place is a little different. These people da 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 da," or whatever. I'm telling you, everywhere around the world has the same excuse. They say, "Oh, but in my community, we do this, this, and this." You guys, it's like that all over the world. And so, in a lot of ways, if that is, I want to warn you of two things. One is when you feel that conversation happening, consider it could be something around the lack of or scarcity conversation and that you bought into it. Like they sold you that idea. Now consider that every conversation, somebody's going to buy something and somebody's going to sell something. So are you the one selling the idea and they're buying, or are they selling you the idea and you're buying? I would rather it be the other way around, where you're selling them the idea and they're buying from you. So there's always going to be a conversation. It doesn't matter if it's about politics. It doesn't matter if it's about religion or whatever those things are. The all conversation is someone's going to buy and somebody's going to sell. So you're going to really think about that. Isn't that really incredible when you know that? And so you want to really sit back and think about how this game plan is going to put these people in the positive spot right away of having all the tools, because we are in the business of education, right? Education and conversations. So we're in the business of education and conversation. So if you are in and actually going through and having lots of conversations and educating, then you're going to win. You're going to win. And so how can you also get that done? So what is the next point? You're going to have the roadmap, all of the things that you want to do, the game plan, the class schedule, and then the sizzle videos to help onboard them into the invite, right? And then maybe we even have samples if you're going to do samples. And I would suggest maybe selling the samples so that way they have some skin in the game. Um, and then you're going to need to take inventory. And what that means is when you're taking inventory of all of your downline, let's say maybe you don't even have a downline yet, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to do this yourself, right? Get yourself your hot market together, your 100 names together with people who are liking natural solutions, or with your family looking for business opportunities. And then you're going to come up with a game plan with the classes, the sizzle videos, what the invite dates are, and the samples, and get yourself to the core rank as soon as possible. And then turn around and get your downline to the core rank as soon as possible. Then train your downline to get their downline to the core rank as soon as possible. And if everybody is doing that, then I tell you, you're going to actually really have some great success. So what you're going to want to do next then is, if you get them to an event, which is going to help solidify all of this, right? This is part of the plan, is an event that's coming up. And then you're going to um, have the incentives, right? And so the incentives. And so what is the incentive if you want to get to gold, for you to have all those people rank for you to get to gold? What is the incentive? And how much does that mean to you? Then you can turn around and say, hey, Julie, if let's sit down together. Do you want to run with me? Are you wanting to get to core rank? Let's see how easy it is. And if you're able to do that, then this is all what's going to happen. So I hope this is helpful for you. You know, the goal here is to get them there in 30 to 60 days. That may not be possible. Some people have taken 2 years to get there. That's okay. Please don't compare. But if you're able then to actually talk to your people about getting there from 30 to 60 days, then you are creating a lot of momentum. Okay. And so we basically just really want to go back and look at the trends and look at how fast people are doing things, so that that way when somebody actually gets to the ranks and they get to the recognition, which is this part right here, when they get to the recognition area, um, what's really important with the recognition area is that you want to realize that if you get everybody going there really fast and they get going there really fast, that there's going to be a lot of chaos and craziness, right? um, but never ever let it go down. Never let yourselves, once you get up here and you get the recognition, don't look back. Always look forward. And it's really important to know that those trends and those things are this recognition here and these photos and these awards are something that you're going to really want to promote and advertise. Put it on your Facebook page. Hey, everybody, I would love to celebrate Martha. She's on my team and she just made a core rank of executive. And if you choose to make executive your core rank, I'm fine with that because it's a little easier to get to and they can get there faster. um, and if you get to executive, and I would love to see us have an amazing amount of executives before we get to India. And that would be incredible to see it happen. Is if you can get people to executive, then we'll have a lot of people reaching some other ranks too. And I would love to do a video interview with my team anyway. I don't know about Suzanne, but maybe you guys take it on. If you're on Suzanne's team, you take it on with your own team and consider interviewing people who've made ranks. Even if maybe you are just new and getting started and you don't have anybody on your team yet, interview your upline and have that go on your Facebook page or your Instagram page and have that be part of your sizzle video, part of your marketing game plan to be able to say, see, it's possible. Look, people are making it. And, people love to see success. So that recognition thing is really pretty important. I hope this was helpful for you guys today, and let's make it happen. We look forward to seeing you guys in India and everybody here in the United States. You guys are doing amazing. I'm so excited. So thank you for joining us. Take care.